Looking ahead, Kansas public school funding is back in the spotlight.
Today, a group of state lawmakers will meet to look at ways to give schools more money. It is the first time they have met since the state Supreme Court's ruling. 41 Action News reporter Charlie Keegan joins us this morning to explain how we got to this point. Good morning, Charlie.
Well, Taylor, it all started when school districts like the Kansas City, Kansas Public School District here behind me sued the state, saying that it wasn't legally funding public education. And then this past October, the state Supreme Court agreed. So today, a special legislative committee will get together and start working on how to fix these issues. This comes as a nationwide watchdog put Kansas in its top 10 list of the states that have cut the most to public school funding over the last 10 years. That report, which just came out late last week, says that Kansas pays school districts on average about 10% less per student than it did in 2008. And when you're paying school districts less, that has consequences. According to this report, it says that means there are fewer teachers, that classrooms are bigger, and that schools are not implementing as many educational reforms. So again, today, a special legislative committee will gather in Topeka for the first time since the Supreme Court's ruling to go over this, start the conversation, and look for solutions to give more money to public schools to comply with the Supreme Court's order. And the state has a deadline of June 30th, 2018 to come up with a new plan to fit that Supreme Court. Live in Kansas City, Kansas, I'm Charlie Keegan for 41 Action News Today.
Charlie, thank you. Just a reminder, this recent ruling is part of a large two-part lawsuit. Let's take a look at the timeline in this. In 2010, schools sued the state saying the new process to pay schools was not fair and there was not enough money. In 2016, the state Supreme Court ruled the block grant way to pay for schools was not fair. In 2017, the state ruled in favor of the schools again, saying the state was not paying enough to schools. We have followed this story closely, and on our homepage at kshb.com, we have a story highlighting the upcoming deadlines lawmakers need to meet.